I object. The words that should never be heard at a wedding echoed through the cathedral, shattering the sacred silence like a stone through stained glass. Amara's hands trembled as she held Chukwudi's, her white lace gown shimmering under the afternoon light that streamed through the tall windows of Victory Chapel. The church was packed with Lagos's elite, women in their finest asoebi, men in crisp agbada, all bearing witness to what everyone called the love story of the decade. 7 years, 7 long years she had waited for this moment. Pastor Adeyemi smiled warmly at the couple. If anyone here has any reason why these two should not be joined in holy matrimony, speak now or forever hold your peace. The congregation remained silent. Amara exhaled softly, her heart swelling with joy. She glanced at Chukwudi, her Chukwudi, the man she had stood by through his master's program in London, through the lean years of building his tech startup, through every doubt and every distance. Then, by the power vested in me, wait! A woman's voice cut through the pastor's declaration. Gasps rippled through the pews. Amara's blood ran cold as she turned to see her future mother-in-law, Mrs. Obioma Nwosu, rising from the front row. The elegant woman, draped in expensive George fabric, strode forward with purpose, her face a mask of righteous fury. "Mama?" Chukwudi's voice was confused, almost childlike. "What are you doing?" "Saving you from a lifetime of disgrace," Mrs. Nwosu replied sharply. She reached into her designer handbag and pulled out a photograph, thrusting it toward Pastor Adeyemi. "This woman is not who she claims to be." "Mama, please," Amara started, her voice breaking. "Be quiet!" Mrs. Nwosu's voice thundered through the church. She turned to the pastor, her voice dripping with venom disguised as concern. "Pastor, I believe this is enough to stop this wedding. A prostitute cannot marry my son." The word hit Amara like a physical blow. Around them, the congregation erupted in shocked murmurs. "What are you talking about?" Chukwudi demanded, snatching the photograph from his mother's hand. His face, so full of love moments ago, drained of color as he stared at the image. "Let me see that." He turned to Amara, the photograph shaking in his grip. His eyes, those eyes that had looked at her with such tenderness, now burned with betrayal. "Amara, who is this man?" Amara's world tilted as Chukwudi shoved the photograph in her face. Her breath caught in her throat. The image showed her, or someone who looked exactly like her, in a compromising embrace with a man she had never seen before. The woman in the photo wore her face, her hair, even the small mole near her left ear. "Chukwudi, I don't know what this is. That's not me. I've never—" "Don't lie to me." His voice cracked with pain. "Is this what you've been doing? Is this who you really are?" "Baby, please, you know me." Tears streamed down her face, smudging her carefully applied makeup. 7 years, Chukwudi! 7 years I waited for you! How can you believe I would throw it all away?" "The evidence is right here," Mrs. Nwosu interjected, her voice triumphant. "My son, let's go. This wedding is over." "No!" Amara grabbed Chukwudi's arm, but he yanked it away as if her touch burned him. "I can't do this," he muttered, his voice hollow. I can't marry you." The words fell like an executioner's axe. "Chukwudi, please!" Amara's scream echoed through the cathedral as he turned and strode down the aisle, his groomsmen scrambling after him. "Chukwudi!" She gathered her gown and ran after him, her white heels clicking frantically against the marble floor. Behind her, the congregation erupted in chaos, some crying out in shock, others whispering furiously, phones already out to capture the scandal. Mrs. Nwosu stood at the altar, a small smile playing at her lips. Amara caught up with Chukwudi in the vestry where they had planned to sign their marriage certificate. Instead of joy, the room now reeked of devastation. Chukwudi, please, just listen to me. She fell to her knees, not caring that her expensive gown pooled in the dust. Someone is setting me up. That picture is fake. It has to be. I've never been unfaithful to you. He stood with his back to her, his shoulders rigid. 7 years, he said quietly. I gave you 7 years of my life. And I gave you 7 years of mine, Amara sobbed. I turned down job offers to stay close to you. I defended you to my own family when they said you weren't ready. I waited, Chukwudi, while you were in London, while you were building your company. I waited. Then explain the photograph. I can't, the admission tore from her throat. I don't know where it came from, but I swear on everything I hold sacred, that is not me. Or if it is me, it's been manipulated. Please, Chukwudi, you know me. You know my heart. He finally turned to face her, and the coldness in his eyes shattered what remained of her composure. I thought I did, but a man I've never seen has his hands on you, and you want me to just believe it's all a mistake? Yes, because you love me, because you know me. I don't know anything anymore. He moved toward the door, each step taking him further from the life they had planned. So that's it? 7 years, and you won't even give me a chance to prove my innocence? You won't even investigate? He paused at the doorway, his hand on the frame. For a moment, she thought he might turn back. Instead, he said, I can't look at you without seeing that photograph, without wondering how many other lies you've told me. Then he was gone. Amara collapsed on the floor, her wedding gown spreading around her like a pool of broken dreams. Her sobs echoed in the empty room, raw animal sounds of pure anguish. She didn't hear the door open again until a familiar voice, dripping with false sympathy, spoke from behind her. I warned you, didn't I? Amara looked up through her tears to see Mrs. Nwosu standing in the doorway, her expression one of cold satisfaction. Why? Amara whispered. What did I ever do to you? You existed, Mrs. Nwosu replied simply. You, with your educated mother and your middle-class family, thinking you were good enough for my son. The heir to the Nwosu empire deserves better than a nobody. I loved him. I love him. Love, Mrs. Nwosu laughed, the sound sharp and cruel. Love is nothing compared to breeding, to status, to family connections. You were a distraction, a phase, and now you're nothing. She moved closer, her voice dropping to a venomous whisper. If you know what's good for you, you'll disappear. Leave Lagos, change your name, because I promise you, girl, I will make your life so miserable you'll wish you had never been born. I will destroy you until you take your own life. Amara stared at the woman who had smiled at her across family dinners, who had pretended to welcome her, who had orchestrated this entire nightmare. You did this, Amara said slowly, the pieces clicking into place. The photograph, you faked it. Mrs. Nwosu's smile was answer enough. She turned and walked out, leaving Amara alone with the wreckage of her life. That night, Amara lay in her childhood bedroom in her mother's modest apartment in Surulere, still wearing her wedding gown. She couldn't bring herself to take it off, as if removing it would make the day's events final, irreversible. Her mother, Patience Okafa, sat beside her, gently stroking her hair, the way she had when Amara was a child with scraped knees and bruised feelings. But this wound was deeper than any childhood hurt. I believe you, my daughter, her mother said softly. I know you. I raised you. You are not capable of what that woman accused you of. They sat in silence as night deepened outside the window. The next morning, Amara woke with swollen eyes and a determination forged in the fires of humiliation. She would go to him one more time. She would make him listen. She would make him see the truth. She dressed simply, jeans and a white blouse, and took a bus to the Nwosu family estate in Ikoyi. The mansion, with its high walls and manicured gardens, had once felt like a future home. Now it looked like a fortress built to keep her out. She knocked on the gate, and the security guard, the same one who had greeted her warmly for years, looked at her with a mixture of pity and discomfort. "Madam, I don't think. Please, just tell him I'm here." After a long pause, the guard made a call. Minutes later, the gate opened, and Amara walked up the long driveway, her heart pounding with hope and dread. Chukwudi met her at the door. He didn't invite her in. "Amara, what are you doing here?" "I came to talk. Please, Chukwudi, just give me 5 minutes. Let me explain." "There's nothing to explain." His voice was flat, emotionless. "I saw the photograph. I saw you with another man." "That wasn't me, or it was manipulated. I don't know, but—" "Amara, stop." He held up his hand. "Just stop. I can't do this anymore." "Chukwudi, leave." He stepped back and slammed the door. The sound echoed like a gunshot. Amara stood on the doorstep, staring at the closed door, her heart heaving with sobs. Then she heard footsteps behind her. "I told you to stay away from my son." Mrs. Nwosu stood at the corner of the house, holding a bucket. Before Amara could react, the woman threw it at her, drenching her completely. "Get out of my house," Mrs. Nwosu shrieked. "Get out and never come back, you prostitute. You think you can trap my son with your lies? Never!" Amara stood there, water dripping from her hair, her clothes soaked, her dignity stripped away. Without a word, Amara turned and walked back through the gate, her head held high, even as her heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. To be continued in Season 2. Follow this channel and subscribe to our channel for the season.